Conservancy and us as a partner had received a $25 million RCPP grant a couple years ago that we were hoping to use to fund Bluebelt projects, because that grant funded more forested, was able to be used to fund forested properties. But that was one of the grants that suffered the fate of federal cuts. So less funding available now. So I don't want to do a ton of outreach and not be able to fund the projects, the properties that I've reached out to. But I do hope to do some at some point.
Yeah, another question I had was the property. I know that different projects are kind of result in different usages. Is there anticipation that there will be an increase in like recreational space within the
Oh,
program?
interesting. Sure. So we partner with Washtenaw County Parks primarily, as well as the township and Legacy, but mostly Washtenaw County Parks, I'd say, on recreational land, like open to the public rather than conservation easements. And yes, this money would be eligible for that as well. It would still have to meet the requirements, of course. There already is one that's being evaluated. It qualifies, I believe, for both the Blue Belt and the Green Belt. So it's close enough to town anyway.
Yeah, are there other questions? All right, well, not hearing any, seeing any. Thank you so much for presenting on that. Looking forward to hearing back from you as the program advances and
Thanks,
more
Anne.
property is acquired. All right. Next on our agenda is a manager's report, or reports in general. Today, I think we just have a manager's report. And
Sounds good.
so, yes.
Just three things. Just following up on last month's meeting and the presentation on the Barton Nature Area and Dam. Park staff has had continuing conversations with various internal staff and external partners in regards to the FERC requirements and the proposals. There's nothing new to present at this point, but just wanted to let everyone know that we continue to have those conversations to try to come to a positive solution for all parties involved, as it is definitely heard a few things after last month's meeting. So I just wanted to kind of mention that to everyone here. We are once again managing the Snow Match program for the city. If you know of any city residents who are 55 or older, or self-identify as having a disability and do not have resources, financial or friends or neighbors that are willing to assist with snow removal, please have them reach out to a2gov.org/snowmatch to sign up. Also, if anybody wants to be a good neighbor and volunteer to go through this program, you can go to that same website to sign up as well. So fortunately, we haven't had snow that we need to shovel. The ground was still warm enough that it melted pretty quickly. But as we get closer to the holidays, the more people that we can plan with that, the better. So that's that. The third thing, on Thursday, we will be opening up the pop-up dog park at Vets number 4. There's been a lot of excitement, some questions, some concerns, but really excited for this pop-up trial to take place. Some of the things that we're going to be doing new this year is we're adding a new access closer to the parking lot. Last year was by the dugout, so a little bit harder to get to, a little bit less accessible. We learned very quickly last year that the lights, that softball lights or baseball lights aren't great for dog parks and surrounding neighborhoods. So we learned a lot last year, and so we'll be reducing down to what we did at a maximum of what we ended with last year, which was 2 light poles. We may also be considering going to just 1 along the first baseline to ensure we have good visibility, but also are respectful to the neighbors in that area. There will be a portable toilet near the parking lot. We will be adding picnic tables around the park to support people that want to sit down. We are going to be creating a path from the dugout, because there still will be an interest by the dugout, to the grass area. So a little bit nicer, created with rubber mats so that there's less walking in less nice area with your dog. We'll also be fencing off the home plate area, which had some puddles and things last year. So I learned an awful lot from last year and trying to make some small improvements as we head into this winter. We're also working with one of our on-call architects to identify, are there some more things that we can do for the short term and potentially long term at that space. It was very, very popular. There's been a lot of excitement and feedback about how this is coming back. So we just want to continue to try to make small improvements on it. So besides that, Bureau is open. All of our winter programming is up, and we're excited to get into the winter programming. And then I guess I had one more thing. Thank you to everyone who showed up for the Barton to Bandimere tunnel opening. If you weren't there, very, very popular event, about 250 people there. Really nice new addition to our park system to support non-motorized transportation on the north side. So with that, that is all that I have.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions for Josh pertaining to his report or any other issues that have come up? Yes, go ahead, Councilmember Watson.
Thanks. Josh, no, I appreciate the update on FERC and the dam. I know that's also a topic with council policy agenda, which actually Councilmember Radina and I both serve on that committee, and I know some of that crosses into public services as well. One piece about the snow match program, I know you might not have stats directly on hand, but is there a mismatch between the number of people volunteering versus the number of people requesting the services, or is that about evening out how we'd like it to be? Just any updates on the numbers with that program?
Victor, you are good. You're going to answer that because you deal more directly with it.
Yes, I don't have the numbers right on hand. I mean, I can get them and send them to you directly. Last year, we were only able to make 17 matches. We have about 35, 40 people requesting the service and about 25 volunteers, but we were not able to create a match. You will need basically a volunteer that lives within a half a mile radius from the person in need to be able to create a match. So while we had again enough volunteers, the location didn't make it possible for us to have the match. So we're starting the program earlier this year. We are advertising in different channels with the idea that we can be able to attract more volunteers, more people in need, and hopefully create more matches.
Okay, that sounds good. So it does sound like the need is maybe more on the volunteer side, just because you need that spatial component.
Yeah,
Correct.
I mean, yeah, I think we would like to have more volunteers because we're trying, obviously, we're asking people to go do something in bad weather. So we really don't want them to drive across town to, increase use on the air. So, I mean, look, we would really like both numbers to go up. We'd like more people that need it, and we'd like more people that do the work for it. But we'll continue to keep this group updated. And again, we're trying to find the right balance with it. So
How are
Thanks
you
so
getting
much.
the word out
Glad that the
towards
city
volun? Oh,
doing this program.
pardon me.
Sorry,
Yeah, how
sorry.
are you? Yeah. How are you getting the word out to potential volunteers?
So I mean, between social media, we've had some situations going out with our weekly newsletters. It's been through the various components with that. I believe that there's been some targeted stuff in the next door areas, neighborhoods. Trying to find those various ways to do that. Kind of reconnecting with individuals that have done it in the past. Kind of getting them back up. So I think it's kind of. We need to find some more ways because it's a different group than what we do. I know and trying to find that balance. And I think there's also some of this that, there are other groups that do snow removal. On the west side, there's Snow Buddies, I believe that's what it's called there, that they kind of do the same thing. And then there's homeowners associations that cover sidewalks as well. So it's finding the right niches, and how do we get to those individuals to support that.
Great, thank you. Any other questions? I had a question about in the attachments to the agenda, issues with the farmers market and parking. And it sounds like parking for both vendors and patrons of the farmers market is quite challenging at the moment with so much construction going on. And yeah, has the city had any sort of viable ideas for how to relieve that pressure there?
Jeremy, you get this one.
Her and market staff or myself, or even others at times, are in communications with the neighbors, let's say, about how to improve the situation. It's always an ongoing challenge. It has phases or peaks and valleys, I would say, in terms of disruptiveness, especially when a new phase of the surrounding construction is coming online. That's a new wave of subcontractors coming in that aren't familiar with the challenges and have not been given necessarily the detailed directions yet, or that repetitive reminder yet that it can improve over time when those same contractors are coming back week after week. And then finally that phase at the construction center, we're on to a new subcontractor, and it's sort of a Groundhog's Day situation, where we find ourselves repeating ourselves again. We're really always working with our colleagues in community standards, planning, etc., on ways to make this better.
Yeah, it occurred to me that after the construction is over, then you'll have all a lot of the building is residential. You'll have all the folks that live there that need to park. And
Yeah.
so kind of a longer term solution is sort of needed.
Yeah, and one of the buildings under construction right now at 121 Catherine on the corner will have, I believe, 17 public parking spaces in its garage available. And as you know, that was a former, public parking lot. So that'll bring some of that back. And then the DDA has been supporting a wayfinding art installation that leads you from the Anne Ashley lot directly to the farmers market. So there are some unique ideas being worked on and will play out over time, but in this acute time with the surrounding construction, it's certainly an ongoing challenge.
Yeah. And I think it's also important to realize, as you said, and that those buildings are going to be residential. And so there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be joining the market on a regularity from those spaces, buying products and different things. So yes, parking and particularly for vendors, the bigger trucks, the bigger things, there's challenges with that. They can't go to as many places with it. But I think that there's going to be a net positive to the market vendors, by users, by different things with that. And so, we will continue to try to find solutions. But it's going to be different, and the market staff have done a great job over the last 5 years of dealing with a number of things that have impacted their market, from lots of construction projects to Fifth Avenue construction to COVID. And the staff have always found a great way to address those and keep people coming back and moving forward. So it is one of the challenges with being a downtown market. That's going to be a challenge today and into the future.
Thank you. All right, if we don't have any other further questions, then we'll move on to item 8, regular business. And in front of us today, we have a resolution to recommend approval, adding a 1.0, one full-time equivalent position to Parks and Recreation to the Ann Arbor Senior Center, utilizing funds from the Washtenaw County Older Persons Millage.
Yeah.
Josh, that's you?
Yeah, it's me. Sorry, I was a little quick today. Yeah, so I mean, very, very exciting. A year ago, Washtenaw County supported the older persons millage, and there was a number of questions about how that was going to come about. We're very thankful for the Washtenaw County Commissioners and the decision to support the Ann Arbor Senior Center as one of the senior centers that received $200,000 from that millage per year. This group and council approved us accepting that money, and in doing the contract with it, we confirmed that is ongoing funding. And as it is ongoing funding, we have the ability to utilize it for a full-time employee at the senior center to support operations and improvements there. And at the town hall that was at the Ann Arbor Senior Center, and through various conversations that have come to me and different council members, I know that additional full-time support at the senior center is one of the things that community really would like to see. So I'm really excited to be able to utilize those funds to support that addition of a staff member, because I think it's a way that we can utilize alternative funding to add capacity to our parks department that otherwise we wouldn't be able to do. I think it's an exciting time. And the reason, the big reason that it's coming to it is that it is a new FTE to the city. So council had in their budget approve a set number of FTEs. And so this is an additional one to that count, which is why we need to come to you and then to council for that approval, is to add that number in. So it is not taking a FTE from some other part of the Parks Department. It is a additional employee. So with that. Okay.
Do we have questions for Josh about this proposal? Do we know sort of what kinds of activities this person will be engaged in? Is it more general purpose, or do you have specific things in mind?
I think that we're kind of still working on this. I mean, we're going to hopefully get this approved in December, and there we've been working on a job description. I think a lot of it is going to depend on the individual that comes in. I think that there is going to be some generic support, just some ongoing year-round support that we don't currently have out, because Brittany's kind of supported in some different ways. I anticipate that there'll be some programming that this individual does, and that new programming will be a combination of what does the community want as well as what is this person's strengths. If you're not a basket weaver and the community wants a basket weaver, we're not going to make you do basket weaving, but we're going to try to find ways to find something else that the community wants that are those strengths with it. So, I think the goal is to improve the interactions with the users of the senior center, as well as find additional ways to support older persons in the community as well. So we do some things outside of the senior center. We go to a couple of the to Lori Torres and do some trivia and some things. So there will also be some outreach that we do along with this position. So adding capacity and adding opportunities to do more is what we're looking to do with it. So
Yeah, Councilmember Redina, please.
Thanks. Josh, I know that we've had conversations on this before around kind of temporary staffing at the senior center. Is there an intention that this might resolve some of the need for temporary staff there, or is this going to kind of keep current staffing with the addition of a full-time staff person? I guess, is there an impact on kind of the use of temporary staffing at the senior center?
Thanks. No, this is going to be in addition to, this is additional funding for us. This is outside of our normal budget. I think that we're adding people, we're adding space there. The long-term conversation about temporary staff, it is not to get rid of anybody there. We still have work that needs to be done. All of our facilities, are open more than 40 hours a week. They're open a lot longer. And so the idea of having additional full-time people is there. So I don't see this negatively impacting any of our current temp staff or how we have been modeling, staffing the senior center. It'll just be an improvement in addition to. So I see that being there. That it's when we can add full-time staff to places, we're going to do it, and continue to work to provide experiences for everyone else.
Thanks.
Josh, can you refresh our memories of the senior millage? How long? What's the time span for that millage?
Yeah, it is a 7-year millage at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 7 years.
Okay.
So that is where it's at. Obviously it'll be something that we'll monitor as we get close, as we do that. And we understand that, in the future, if something changes with that millage, we'll have to evaluate what it means for our budget. But I think that, we are committed to providing more staff in more ways to support our parks department, whether it's a senior center, whether it's a pool, whether it's anywhere else. So we'll hopefully in the future, we won't have to cross that bridge, but if we cross that bridge in the future, we'll figure the best way out to move it forward. So.
Yeah. Thank you. Any other questions or a motion to approve the resolution as stated in our packets? Therese, is that a motion to approve?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Okay,
would
do we have a
second.
second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Alexa. Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, please raise your hand and say aye. Any opposed? All right, the motion carries. Okay, let me get out my notes now because we have closed session next. That's the next item on our agenda. Okay. All right, so for closed session, we need to have a roll call vote with at least 2/3 approval to go into closed session. So do we have a motion for PAC to meet in closed session under the Section 8D of the Open Meetings Act to discuss the purchase or lease of real property? Thank you, Rachel. Do we have a second? Thank you, Therese. I saw you first. Thank you for everybody else too. Okay, we need to have a roll call vote. So Josh, I believe you'll take care of that.
Yep. Commissioner Bush,
Yes.
Commissioner Cavateo, Commissioner Marson,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Connell,
Yes.
Commissioner Montague,
Support.
Commissioner Perlowski,
Yes.
Commissioner Skylas,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith. You have everyone approved that's here. So
Okay. All right. So we will we will leave here, and the link is in our email. All right. See you all over there.
Should be good.
We have everybody back?
Yep.
Okay, welcome back to our Park Advisory Commission meeting. Josh, will you please call the roll?
Commissioner Bush,
Present.
Commissioner Cavateo, Commissioner Marson,
I'm here in Ann Arbor.
Commissioner O'Connell,
Here in Ann Arbor.
Commissioner Montague,
Present.
Commissioner Perlowski,
Here in Ann Arbor.
Commissioner Skylas,
Here in Ann Arbor.
Commissioner Smith. We are back.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I think, do we have a motion to decline advancing on application ID 2017-09? Thank you, Larry. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Thank you, Alexa. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, we are at our second public commentary. Once again, follow the instructions to raise your hand and indicate that you would like to speak. When it is your turn to speak, please state your name and address. We allow 3 minutes per speaker. We do not respond in the moment to speakers, but we appreciate you taking the time to call in and share your thoughts with us. Do we have any callers on the line?
No callers for public commentary.
All right, thank you very much. You have communications in your packet that you can peruse at your leisure, and that completes our agenda. And so we are adjourned. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Good to see you all. See you next month.
Thanks, everyone.